very dark, and those 5 colors you can mix together to create nice things, or just use them straight on the skin.
So of course my entire life has been sponsored by Beauty Blender. So, and they were laughing at me earlier because I just pulled out this bag and just like, oh yeah, like this. I get stuff wrong. So I'm actually quite lucky that I get crazy bags like that. But what I'm doing with this is basically I'm gonna put a light layer of this lift all over the skin, or at least on the highlighted points. The Beauty Blender I'm using wet. I actually find that it's the best application. You know, I mean, why? I think that's the whole point of having a Beauty Blender. Like, it's to use it wet. You know, so that it expands, it gets larger. You can manipulate it more. It helps to thin the makeup out a little bit. You don't have to. You're not using so much product. I do love the wedge sponges. I grew up on these. You know, in terms of like my makeup, these are the Alcone ones. These are the best ones. They're firm. You get nothing like this. You get nothing like this in a drugstore anywhere. So if you got to ship that in, you need to just get the big pack and live off of it. You had another question? I thought I saw a hand back here. Yeah.
That's why I like that. After I put it on personal dad with it. For me, the ones that I was talking to girls up now, I think some of the stereotypes, you don't find that you lose product on this one.
You know what? I mean, you're gonna do that, but what I find is that other than a brush, sometimes with a brush, you know, I could use the same thing. I'm gonna get like a streak. You know, I may not get where this. I can literally just kind of press it in, and I can layer, you know, with that. And I do a lot of layering. The way I do makeup is in the sense of, like, if you think of it in the sense of Photoshop. Photoshop is done in layers. So her raw skin is like our raw layer, like our first layer, like our home base. But then everything I put over the top of it, I'm bringing a layer down. So it's almost like this mask or shield or veil, you know, color every time. So like I'm starting out with something really light here. I'm going to progressively get warmer, so that there's an ombre effect of color that happens with her skin that you naturally see within the skin. So because we're matching to the different colors. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No, you're welcome. Is there another question? I saw another hand in the back. Go, shout it out. A little louder.
Would you prefer to put the product on the skin, on the palette, or the hand first, as opposed to putting it on the beauty blender?
Oh, like squirting it on the beauty blender? I typically put it on my hand first, and then I grab it with the sponge, because I'm also kind of like thinning it out a little bit, or seeing what it actually looks like before I go place it on. You know, because if I just took this glob and put it on there, then I have to figure out how to work that out. You know, I really just want to be able to place what I want, and I don't want so much on the sponge when I go. I usually start out lighter and then build my way up. You know, I think that's something as well. Start off a little lighter in your application and build your way up. That way you're not going, you know, I'm gonna give her a diva beat right now. I was like, whoa, like this is a beauty shot. Like we don't need all that. We still want to see her skin in there. So that's just usually more. So again, like I'm really just taking a dusting of color. Do you see how I'm doing that? I'm really just dusting the color on, like just wiping it on. And this is really just to brighten it. I'm just adding a little brightness. Just a little bit, like she has some imperfections on the side. I want to brighten these areas. So a lot of times what you're more inclined to do is to go, oh, okay, I'm going to conceal this area. I'm going to do that. And you know, it's just like, because if you put something dark over dark, it just gets darker. You know, even if you put her natural skin tone over the dark, it's still just going to get darker. So we have to diffuse the imperfections to come back over it so that it's wiped out. So what this does, this thin layer, it's almost like if this was a huge window behind me and the sun was coming in, and I can either let this blast of light come through or pull some like a light white sheer over it. It diffuses it. So we're diffusing the skin. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
this on the brow bone, if you like. We're gonna pretend that this is for kind of beauty chemical. That's our center. We're gonna get around the lips, those corners. A little dew lip. And see, I'm just still working off of what I put on my hand. I didn't go back and add a bunch more. We don't need a lot more. So now I'm also going to follow the things that I want to be highlighted as well. So that's really what's most important. Really bringing out those things that we want to stand out. So the bridge of the nose, the center of the forehead, underneath the eye, tops of the cheekbones, chin, brow bone. Keep it natural and pretty, right? Okay, cool. Hey, Adrian, that's not her skin color. I know. I'm diffusing. All right. So now I'm going to take what we have matched as her actual skin color, which is the face and body. Tell us about face and body.
So, face and body is really fantastic. It's very lightweight, it's very sheer. It adds a beautiful glow to the skin. It's 80% water and 20% pigment. There's also a little bit of mango seed extract in there, so it's soothing to the skin. So it goes on very, very lightweight and very soft, but it's also heat and humidity resistant and water resistant as well. That was the face and body foundation. And it's called face and body specifically because you can use it on the face and body. So if you ever have like someone who needs like a really beautiful like glow on their leg, or you need to kind of bring it down to the chest area to balance, this is a really wonderful product for that. What do we have?
Nice.
No, unfortunately we don't have any face and body on hand, but it's definitely something that you guys can go online and order, or stop into like a Sephora or a Forever store.
Look, I want to say what?
I know, it's one of our favorites.
It's like WAPT. No. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking it and I'm literally stippling it onto the skin, right? So the thing that I love about face and body is that it is very light. It is a water-based product, and we can layer it. As you let it set for a second, even if, because I let a little bit set on the palette, so it is the right word, coagulate for a second. So it dries, it's kind of drying on itself, but that's great for texture, because we're not taking it and making it just straight, from the bottom to the skin. It's actually drying a little bit, so the consistency is changing a little bit, warming up with itself, and when I apply it, it just sticks to itself, which I love. So I'm not gonna do it down the bridge of the nose because I highlight that area for a reason, so I just want to leave that alone. But along the sides, it's almost like doing a contour in a sense, but with the foundation. And then we're just gonna build it and stipple it in these particular areas. Turn to the right. A lot of times people think, oh, I need a concealer, I need another thing, and another thing. No, just work with what you have. Like, you can literally clean up a whole face with just one product. The imperfections that she has are just going over it. If I let that set for a little bit, it will build on, it'll adhere to itself. Go for it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For young ladies or starting out on makeup, you recommend they go to matte palette or someone small?
You know what? That's interesting. I think it just depends on the vibe. Like where obviously, like when I was working on that, it was like the place to be. It was like a party. And that's what it was. I think that then even growing, the thing that like with Makeup Forever, I think that Makeup Forever is kind of replaced Mac in that sense. Of like it's just it's the cool brand. You know what I mean? Like if you want something different and fun, like the textures are really real. The thing I love about them as well is like these palettes. It speaks to it's so rude. anyhow, what I was saying was that the reason why I love Makeup Forever as well is like one of the things I fell in love with was this palette. You know, this palette can be eyeshadow, it could be used for, it could be blush, it could be whatever you want, sculpting, whatever you could create, whatever you think you could create with this, it could be that. There's no right or wrong way, and I think that's important to just artistry in general. You know, like there's nothing that we can't do. You know, here, you know, with these things here, these can be lips, these can be eyes, these are the aqua creams, the water creams, they're really great, and they come in a variety of different colors. You know, everything is just kind of built to not necessarily say, oh, this is blush, this is eyeshadow, this is that. It's not specific. It's whatever you can create from it. So do you see how this is drying down right now? How pretty is that? You know, she's a little brighter than we are gonna leave her, but you know, but you can see where the skin is now, it still looks like skin. Go look up one. So now I'm just gonna conceal a little bit more. I'm just going back over the same area. You see how we brighten her entire eye area without using the concealer really? You see that? Mm-hmm. This is all still face and body. So whoever thought, oh, face and body it's too sheer, I could never get a full coverage on it, but you actually can because you see that happening right now, right? Say that again? Yeah, if you use the right technique.
Lip, I'm not sure I can double check on that. I don't think we did.
Oh no, you're getting bombarded.
I mean, that's one of the main reasons that we had this DC Pro Artistry Weekend was to address, obviously, the pro needs here. So, I mean, you guys are really fantastic for being here. You're getting a lot of people who don't. I'm hoping that in the future, of course, we would have a store here. I don't see why we wouldn't. But, yeah, I mean, eventually, I'm pretty sure it will happen. Because, like, currently in New York alone, if you compare us to, like, let's say Mac, for instance, where we're the exact same age, well, actually, we're a year older than Mac. In New York, it's like Mac is almost like Starbucks. So everywhere you go, there's a Mac store. There's a Mac store. We have 2 locations in New York. We have our Pro store, and then we also have our Soho boutique where I work. And we're starting to, like, open more locations across. We have a couple locations in Jersey. We have some locations across the U.S. So eventually it will happen. It's just a matter of kind of growing slow but strong, not just jumping out in there and then failing.
Yeah.
Until then, make your friends with the
And also too, the thing that I love, I mean, and just to speak to that point, like in 2007 is when I was introduced to Makeup Forever, like just on a different scale or a different level. Like it was just as Makeup Forever was starting to do their partnership with Sephora. And in that, I started Kissable Couture that year as well, like my lip gloss line. And just to see how fast Makeup Forever has grown, like in that short time span, it really made itself like this go-to product. Because I remember when it was just this one little store in Soho. It was, I forget what street, West Broadway, I think it was, and you had to kind of go downstairs. It was like their flagship forever, but now it's just this huge thing. And you know, they're doing it in the right way. I think these things are more intimate. I don't see any other brands that really cater to artists this way. You know, so the fact that they do come to places like DC and Atlanta, they know that there's a voice here. I mean, I keep coming back here ridiculously. I mean, because DC has just always been a great market for me, and we've just always connected. So. Yeah, I know, right? We clap for that. Okay, so now I'm going to change. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to go into, I don't know, number 14, I think. And this one is noticeably darker. You see that? Yeah, it's still face and body. Like I don't really feel a need to switch right now. This is working out. And now I'm just gonna add a little bit more warmth to the skin. To basically match what was happening on her forehead previously. You know, just like that natural glow, that natural suntan. And I'm starting from the hairline and working my way down.
I'm curious, do you always do foundation first, or when I'm doing makeup, I do the eyes first because I think foundation takes a little bit more time?
You know what the thing is for me? Like I can't, how do I say it? Okay. This is not speaking to you. I can't see the beauty that I'm trying to create before I see the skin perfected. Does that make sense? Like I need a clean slate, clean palette to see the rest of that. Unless I'm doing like a smoky eye and I already know that, or I know this girl because I've worked with her 1,000 times. Then I'm like, okay, cool. I want to do this, so I can start in the middle. But it's for somebody that I've just met. I don't know. I need to get this great first because this is the foundation of it all. You know, and if she walks out, I want people to say, "Oh, like you look so beautiful." Not, "Oh, you know, oh your skin looks great," or "Oh this," you know. Or actually, I do want them to say your skin looks great, but at the same time, not so much, "Oh, your makeup looks great." You know, I want her to feel confident just like that. So if all I put on was mascara after that, and just, "Oh, that's the look," she would be confident in going out with that look. So yeah. So do you see how this is warmed up a little bit? And again, I'm just using like a stippling motion, but it's also, you see where it was lighter in the center, and you see where it's gradually gradating into the warmer tone around the skin, right? Turn this way. So we'll bring that on the cheek, smile. Nice, right? So I always like to use foundation as blush as well, just like a natural blush. Smile.
Oh, that's pretty.
And then I'll just come back kind of over this area, just lightly, just to kind of even everything out. What's that? Yeah, because it's placement. Turn this way on. So in the beginning, like what I started out doing, I just kind of did it along the contour, and then have her smile, and then have her smile this way. So I put the majority of the color there. But then what I did want to do is just kind of bring this down. You know, I just want to warm up the rest of her face. But turn this way to the forward. So when you look at her head on, you see this. See the glow. So, we have this one. Let's get into. I'm going to use a little bit of the gold. Tell us more.
So that is a metal powder. I don't know the specific number, but it goes onto the skin. You can use it very, very lightly to get like a really beautiful gold sheen, because it literally looks like metal on the skin. It's really quite fantastic. If you were to mix it, say, with like aqua seal, which I'm sure a lot of you know of already, it will go on and it'll become waterproof and you will not get it off for the life of you. So it's really awesome. If you ever see like, you know, weird artistic things with like sheets of metal, you can recreate that look using metal powder. And it comes in a variety of colors. There's like 4 different golds. There's like a bronzy gold, like a true gold, more of a brown gold, and like almost like a greenish gold. And then there's 2 silver colors as well. Do we have that with us today? In a little kit, we do. So we do have it. We just have the silver one. I mean, it's in that artistic kit, so when you guys are finished, we can talk about it out there.
And a little goes on.
A very little bit goes the longest way possible. So that like container that he had up there, that will last you for almost ever because you use like the smallest amount. But like AJ was saying before, you can mix it into nail polish. You could mix it into gloss if you want that really cool like metal lip. You can mix it into anything.
Yeah. So what I just did was I took it and I mixed it into the face and body, like that first color that we put down.
Yeah.
So number 14. So I mixed it in again. It was really just a little bit because yeah, you will have it forever. You probably buy that one and never come back to it. And what I'm doing is you can turn to I kind of add a little bit on the sheet, and I'll do it on this side so you can turn this. And it's all about placement. So just think about, you know, where we would normally have, where we'd highlight it, right? That's really just along the tops of the cheekbone. Even if you're trying to recreate or trying to create a more pronounced cheekbone, I would do it there. Smile. So you see how it just hits the apple of the cheekbone? You see that? And then we'll buff out the edges.
Metal powder. Metal powder.
What did you say? You guys, you sweat? Oh, sweat. But you see how beautiful that is? Mm-hmm. It's just like the sun is coming through. And I'll take a little bit of it and let's put it down on the bridge of our nose. Fan it out a little bit. Yep. I'm just using it to go back over where the highlight was. Don't drop. You see it? It's pretty, right? Say it again. You like that? Pretty right. And you see I took it and brought it just a little bit into the tear duct. Just to kind of, just to basically brighten the hair. Yeah, it's really nice, right? And we'll put a little on the cupid's bow, that's our lip. You see that? Just a little on the cupid's bow of the lip so that when we put a lip color over the top of it, it's really beautiful highlight on the lip. What's that? I want to brighten up under the eye just a touch. So again, like don't go mix half the tube or half the jar. It really only takes a touch, you know, to achieve that part of it. Turn. Do you see it? Turn back. Okay. Now I'm going to let's get into like a little cheek. So I still want this to be like fresh. I don't want to put metal in there. You know, sometimes people feel, oh, now it's getting futuristic, that kind of thing. I don't really want to do that. What's that? Oh, I said let's do like a cheek. Yeah, because I don't, you know, sometimes when you see metal, it just kind of, it can change. You know, when you put metallics into things, you know, people can get a totally different vision of what you're trying to do, and they're like, oh, you're going futuristic or something like this. And then we just created a beautiful highlight. So these are, do you have these?
Yep.
All
So, what he's about to use right now is the Flash palette in neutral. It's all really beautiful blendable creams. The neutral palette is really great for blush. It's great for lip colors. It's really quite fantastic. You have those grayer tones so that you can kind of mix it into the regular colors to really customize it for that specific skin shade. You have the lighter tones, more of like a highlight kind of thing. So you can kind of mix and match with these colors together, really to create a different color altogether. Yeah. So when you mix the aqua seal with Flash, it makes it more stable. So Flash is something, if you are doing like a photo shoot and it only needs to hold up for a little bit, Flash is okay to use on the eye, that's all right. But if you're doing something where it needs to last a little bit longer, or you want that extra stability, you do want to mix in like a drop or two of aqua seal, which will just kind of block it into place a little bit. It won't mess up the blendability of it. It won't like move this like the smoothness of it. It'll just make it last a little bit longer.
Okay. So I'm going to use. So you saw I was testing the lip color here, because this is a clean area on the face, on the skin. I don't have to disrupt this and get the wrong shade. I just test it here and see which one I want. This felt like where I wanted to go, so that's what we're going to do. And it's called Pink Brown, number 34. Smile.
And all of these Flash colors we do sell separately, individually. You, of course, would be able to get that at a boutique or, nope, just at a boutique.
You, of course, we will get, no, just the. So, again, I just, you know, I guess at some point you just have to, there's no real placement. So if you're looking for me, oh, do I do cheeks here or there? I'm just putting the cheek where I feel like the cheek is at, okay? That's where I think her cheek is. And I'm just going to work that in. Oh, you're right. And just follow it up. Not too much. And notice, like I'm actually, where I'm putting it and making it fuller here, I'm actually turning my thumb and pulling it more into the contour of the cheek. And then letting the edges fade out and blend into the face. Yeah. It's pretty right. All right, now, what do I want to do? I'm going to take, I'm going to bronze it up a little bit more. So I'm going to use a little bit of, this is my number 6 from my line. I like this just because it gives me like this really great vacation-y kind of feel. Does that say what? No, I didn't. I am here for makeup forever. Right, I can sell it out. Come visit me in my room. There's a boutique in there. Could you imagine? Right, just stealing out the car. Just out the back seat of the taxi cab. Right. Right, look at it. I love it. Hilarious. So basically, again, I'm working from the back, from the hairline forward. What's that?
What are you adding?
This is number 6. This is number 6 in the AJ Crimson line. So you can, it's just more of a, I just wanted more glow to this because we kind of took it in this sun-kissed kind of
What's that
direction.
product called? I know it's your line.
Oh, it's the Dual Skin Cream Foundation. Dual Skin Cream Foundation.
But there's more than one formula, right?
What's that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's another formula that you have as well.
I have a BB cream. Yeah, exactly. You know, so now there's a difference. So you can see what it is. I mean, and just to give some product knowledge about this one, it's a cream foundation. It is not necessarily more matte. It really is. I call it dual skin because it is like a second skin. You can take it from something very sheer to very opaque. But it is waterproof as well. So it works really great with a variety of different things. Again, like how we use the face and body all over the skin, and we built up with that. I always like the mix of liquid and cream together because it just creates this whole other texture to the skin. It's just really beautiful. It gives a dimension, exactly. So with this, again, I'm just using a bit around the hairline. I'll probably take a little bit of I'll take a brush. Let's see, where is that? Take like a blush brush. Are we seeing this? Turn for me, this way. Smile. And just sweep it over the top. Looks great. Do you see that? One more time. Pretty, right? Now, where should we go from here? You know, I want to do something on the lid. Kind of go with that. I'm going to use a little bit of gold. These are the aqua shadows. These aqua shadows are really beautiful. They're so simple. So just hold the lid. I'm going to draw. I'm not really thinking about it so much. I'll just keep it as close as I can to the lash line. So a little bit of highlight. Okay. Yeah, really soft. You don't need a whole lot to get the impact. You know, a lot of times it's like, oh, let me really put it on because I gotta see it. I gotta see that it's gold. Really just we need to get a better light. Because the simplest things make the biggest differences. Yeah.
So a great thing that you guys should know about the Aquamatic that he's using, it's waterproof. So when you use it, you have to use it pretty fast. Otherwise it will dry up and it's kind of hard to blend. But as long as you're working fast with it, you're totally good. You do have a little bit of playtime. Also inside that, there's a little bit of that mineral silica powder. You guys are familiar with our HD powder, the white loose powder? It's the same thing inside there, which basically smooths out the skin.